What's up, docs? I'm the Pillbug, and welcome back to Friendsim. We're moving on to Volume 2 of Aesthetics, Crimson, and otherwise. Don't know what's in store for this. I mean, I know which trolls. It literally shows it right there. But I don't know what is going to happen.
You stumble through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash-landed on this hostile planet, you have been desperate. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly for a bit of medical attention. Seriously, I think you have internal bleeding right now. Your ribs have been broken for God knows how long. Along the way, you've had some laughs, embarrassing missteps, and maybe even an encounter with an alien meat product. You want to get into it. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friend opportunities awaits you. Honestly, at this point, you'd make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Wait, you see something in the distance. Or perhaps someone.
Yeah. A crazy artist chick. Kid. Crazy artist kid who uses blood as paint. Or crazy streamer dude who literally got really fucked up on chitter. Well, I think I'm going to go in order from left to right. So let's start with Amisia. Lo, what light through yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks? A small figure approaches. Hey, Amisia. How you doing? Gotta say, when I heard Amisia's theme on YouTube, it actually kind of reminded me of "Shut Up, Phone." What are you saying? Yeah, shut up, phone. It reminded me of the music that plays in Hiveswap Act 1, where when the lights go out in the manor. Oh, god damn it broke. It's fine. The other heart's being propped up by the headphones, so it's fine. Woke up to this. I woke up to this. Literally woke up to this. Just my shit. Everything's falling apart at the seams, and I hate it. I just spat a little. Let's just move on. What voice should I give her? Give me a second.
Oh!
Just it's gonna take a few times.
Oh!
Yeah, I think that'll do.
Oh my gosh! You are so...
So far, you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down, but it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself.
Cute!
Oh my god, what was that? Hold on, let me try that again. Jesus.
Cute!
Oh! She gives you a sweet, sincere smile.
I've never seen anything like you. It's given me all sorts of new ideas.
Boy, you hope some of those ideas are about friendship. Now that you've got a taste for it, you are hungry for more. It's like when you go to a free samples thing at Walmart. You try one and you're just like, I want more of this! Give me more of this! I'll buy it if I have to! Am I the only one? Probably. You have a stumbling step forward and your ribs remind you that of the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health. It can't cure acute injuries.
Oh, you don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors.
Contributors? Could she mean friendship contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she runs some sort of alien newspaper and she wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? You follow her to a nearby building, and now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt for companionship, you notice that you've wandered into some kind of an upscale part of town. There's a lot less garbage and people collapsed in the street. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way.
Real quick, you don't happen to be an artist, do you?
Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact. Tell her yeah, it is actually your whole deal, but you've been known to dabble. Tell her no, you've never had much of a knack for it. I've dabbled in it.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, you are going to snake road any trade secrets out of me. Goodbye.
Oh, fuck off! fault! I just wanted an art buddy. Fuck you! Fuck you! Genuinely, fuck you! Asshole! God damn, she's cold. And I forgot to save. Again. Fuck. Yeah, friendship, I get it. Piss off, you indigo-blooded fucker. Fast forward. Stop skipping. Tell her no, you've never had much of a knack for it.
Oh, good. Friendships between artists can be so fraught.
I'll let that slide, Amisia.
It's much better to just keep things between artists and art appreciators. That way no one can get jealous.
But how are you supposed to learn? I don't get it. There's like mucus on my glasses. Ugh. The girl's smile widens even further, and you feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally found someone who isn't a total fucking maniac? I think it's best not to tell him. And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it all. It puts a spring in your step, or as much of a spring as possible with a broken arm and misaligned torso. Amisia leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that's probably nothing is ever going to make sense to you again. That's okay. Your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend, you're jumping the gun with this description, but you are feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wringing her claws.
I wish I'd known I was going to have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I met anyone new.
You assure her that whatever disaster her house is, it can't be any worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means. She's wearing an artist's smock that's covered in splashes of paint. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint, but it couldn't be anything else, could it? It's every color of the rainbow. You're gonna be very disappointed, my friend. The elevator door slides open and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table overflows with messy palettes and brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges, several easels stands beside the window to catch the light of the two moons, and a number of canvases lean against the wall. Turn so you can't see what's on them.
First things first.
Amisia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything you have on your now-defunct spaceship, tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols. She then indicates you should take off your sling. Wait, sling? What sling? Is she talking about the one that Diamond made? Nah, screw it.
Here, go ahead and stick it in there.
She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole in the wall, which you do, because you are sure your new friend has your best interest at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back, but you don't. Even if it's broken, you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around.
Calm down, you big wiggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. If you don't stop moving, it won't work.
Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. Jesus. She's looking at you so hopefully, and she's so delicate and pretty almost angelic. You look at her face and tell yourself it's all going to be okay. Finally, the hole releases you, and you pull your arm back to find it completely healed. You can move your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up.
See? I told you. I told you.
This is great. You're overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Get excited and dance your new... I would do that. Oh, don't make the same mistake twice, Evan. I would do this one, but I fear that it would cause everything to, get fucking destroyed. Be chill about it. You thank Amisia profusely, but you manage to keep it into the strictly verbal sort. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See, this friendship stuff is easy.
I'm glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized. But you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot.
Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are.
You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in blue, well, it all ended up okay. And Amisia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you cute, which you think is pretty generous of her considering what a disgusting mess you are at this point.
Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity.
Blood color? You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed.
I got plenty of burgundy. Oh well. Good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you can help me set a few things up before they get here?
They? Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh, hell yes! You're all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can perform. Amisia gives you another radiant smile. You live for those smiles, man. They're just so full of glowing nectar of romance.
Perfect! Let's do this. Work always goes faster with 2 pairs of hands after all.
Oh, I know that feeling. Yes, absolutely it does. And even if by that she seems to mean her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallowed down the pain. You're getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso into that magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could, but not right now. Right now you've got a friend to help. Amisia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amisia answers her phone and then buzzes open the apartment door. Oh, excuse me. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight.
They're here! Sorry, I'm getting so giggly about this. It's just been a while since I've had any new paints.
Wait, paints? That's what's coming? Now that you think about it, there's something pretty crucial missing for this whole artist aesthetic she's got going on here. There aren't any paints. No tubes, dribbling colors, or pots with their tops left partially unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and 2 trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and are almost the exact same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From their uniforms and the douchey, swaggery way they walk, you get the idea that they are some sort of law enforcement. That and the 3rd troll in handcuffs. They are dragging between them. Oh. Okay.
Thank you guys. You always bring me the best materials.
They don't say anything. They just bring the 3rd troll to the center of the tarp and force them into a kneeling position. They then bow to Amisia and leave the way they can't. Oh. Oh, God. I wasn't expecting to. Oh, my God. This doesn't look great. Even before Amisia runs out of the room, she comes back with an axe the size of her whole body. You're not loving this. The troll on the tarps trembles a bit and bites back a sob, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you, presumably to finger paint with her blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amisia laughs.
Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal.
She considers you for a few moments, tapping a claw against her mouth.
I know. You can help me. I only ever let one person help me with my work, and she's out of town right now. But you and I have a connection. You feel it too, right?
Oh, you do? God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately. For everyone you meet. You thought maybe come across someone who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first.
You do want to help me, don't you?
You do! You want to more than anything! Amisia looks at you solemnly.
Why don't you do the honors?
She holds out her axe.
I wouldn't offer this to just anyone, but I can tell you how special you are.
You're trembling. The troll on the tarp is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Slowly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe. Amisia gives it to you with a smile. God damn it! You forgot about your broken ribs! and that you're a human and can't just pick up any gigantic fucking axes with one hand. You drop it and it bounces away from you, like way more than you think an axe should probably bounce. You look up at Amisia from where you're double over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any signs of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of?
How silly of me. You seem so culturally advanced that for a second I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance.
You nod. Yes, please. A second chance. That does not include committing gruesome murder.
Usually I use chains. But I got a better idea.
Oh God. You get what she wants you to do. You hesitate and Amisia's smile gets even sweeter. Sweet like poison.
Oh? You don't want to help me?
The trap crinkles underneath you as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amisia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp.
Hold on tight.
You try. You really do. The problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time, you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some buried instinct to try to preserve life rising up inside you. You're weak and injured, though, so all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side. Instead of coming down on the neck in a clean slice, Amisia's axe glances off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. And now you know why they have not been begging for their life. They don't have a tongue. Oh! So they can't beg, but they sure can yell and thrash and bleed olive green alien blood all over you and the tarp. Oh! Okay. Was not aware of that fact. God, there's so much blood. It's just spurting everywhere. Jesus Christ, you're such an idiot. Why couldn't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amisia, the work table, and most direly the canvas leaning against the wall. Amisia takes one look at him and then lets out a wail of rage.
I can't believe this! I let you into my hive! Into my life! I was planning to let you into my pusher! I thought you were a refined sophisticate! But now I see you're just a Philistine!
Okay, thanks. She gives you a shove towards the elevator. Your ribs are streaming and so is the bleeding troll. You try to babble an explanation.
Forget it! I don't want your excuses. Shelly was right. If you want someone killed right, you have to kill them yourself.
You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. Terrible at murder. Okay, great. That was eventful. Once again, glad I couldn't see it because I probably would have gagged at the sight of it. Alright, fine. Get excited and dance your new friend around the room. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge. Nice reference. You take Amisia by your tiny hands and twirl her around the studio, or you try to. You forget about your busted ribs. You sure are doing that a lot. You let go of Amisia and go careening into one of the tables. Thankfully, not the one covered in art supplies. You hit the corner and go down onto your already incredibly sore ass. This is what you get for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend.
Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before?
You shrug against the floor. Amisia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry. Despite the fact that she's about half your size, it makes your ribs hurt, but what doesn't nowadays? Amisia lays you down on a weird, lumpy couch.
Are you sure you're okay? You look a little...
She trails off to nothing. She's looking at your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly, to sort of try to hold your torso together.
That color.
At first you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then you think that she truly means the fantastic buffet of bruises you've got going on. But then you realize that your prancing idiocy, you've managed to scrape up the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. Amicia dredges a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in her mouth and for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amisia just holds her finger out, the drop of blood trembling on the tip.
This color. I've never seen anything like it.
She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down on it. Your blood paints a rusty line down the center. She lets out a little squeak of excitement.
This is amazing.
What, red?
Not red. There's a million dirty little bruises swarming all over the city. I'm drowning in red. This is crimson. It's incredible. You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky I found you instead of one of those drones.
Lucky? You? Yes, very lucky. Luckiest. Though your arm is healed and you're out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happens on this planet, maybe Amisia's right. Maybe you are lucky. You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. Oh! Hi! Then you open your eyes and wow, you sure aren't centered anymore. The fact you roll completely to the left and the fact that you roll completely to the left as you try to get away from Amisia with the back and standing over you with a gigantic axe.
Watch out!
Amisia grabs you, drags you back up into the couch, and plants her hands on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down.
You'll hurt yourself if you keep flapping around like a beach blubber beast. You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right?
You get the feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you, just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amisia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is a pretty big axe.
I don't know what's got you so worried. I just want to show you my axe.
Oh, of course. Makes sense. It is a really nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it is too heavy for you and your hands are all sweaty and you fumble it. Fumble the really sharp weapon. Oh god. Amisia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow in all the wriggly struggle you end up getting cut. Like, very cut, across both your wrists. How does that happen? In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better if she'd been trying.
Oh. Oh dear.
Hard agree.
Don't struggle. You'll only hurt yourself more, silly. You know what? You don't want to do that.
I keep, like... I keep trying to, like, do this,
to doing a little girl's voice, but
trying to go through this, like, more and more. It just keeps reverting back to an Elmo voice, not a little girl's voice. No, you definitely don't want to do that. Not after what a Butterfingers you've proven to be. Amisia gets up and puts the axe down, and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You're bleeding all over her couch, and everything around you starts to go shiny and unreal. She comes out with a couple of little jars that she uses to catch your blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars. They look like jam jars. Alien jam. Space jam. God, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than the one with the dog and the clown. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amisia. She just shushes you and brushes your hair back off your forehead. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. God, she's such a good friend. Before too long, you do what is honestly a goddamn shock you haven't done before now. You pass out. When you come to you are propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't love even if you weren't an invalid and both of your arms are jammed to the hole in the wall. The med hole, the glory of well-being, the magic sphincter. You grunt and pull your arms back out. They're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines. You take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around, or roll over since you're still on the floor, and probably not getting up anytime soon. It's fine. You've met worse floors in your life. Amisia is sitting at one of her easels, her hair pulled back beneath a scarf, and a little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her, and as you watch, she dips a brush in. Ugh. Can't read.
I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I actually killed you back there.
She laughs and you laugh along with her. It's very funny. Actually, everything is funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting.
You, of course. You inspired me.
Well, right now it just looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines, but you just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool, looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous.
Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else.
She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to your other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another Space Jam jar. She starts turning around the canvas one by one. They're all blank, except for one, which has a little... Wait, no, that's just a shadow. Every single one of them is blank. You're not sure you understand. You ask her if these are all just new canvases that she has not gotten the chance to paint on yet. Amisia sighs.
No. I've had them for forever. I'm just not a real painter. There, I said it!
She buries her face in her hands, talking from between her fingers.
I'm really good at all the other parts.
God, I can't do the part where I cover my mouth to imitate that while clicking through. So mindful.
The materials are in the studio. I didn't make all my own paints. I just can never do the actual sitting down and doing art part.
She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know that much about art, and you probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction, at least. You don't even have a studio, or any brushes or stuff like that. Of course, you have no aspirations of being a painter, but you leave that part out.
That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation.
She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them into a glass window in winter. Ugh.
Usually I just finish off my contributors quickly. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured lowboys moaning around my studio. But I couldn't just use your blood up all at once. You're far too special for that.
You gaze at Amisia, a mist that descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death.
I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse.
Oh. We did it! I think. You will never escape. You know, I've actually seen this one before. I thought that was a bad end. No, no. Apparently that's the good end. Great! New friend. Oh, I didn't even notice, the logo, does that whenever your mouse is over it. That's cool. Okay, oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave this episode here. Wow. That was nuts. Legitimately just nuts. I have no words to describe what the hell just happened there. You know what? I don't need to describe every single thing that happens in every game I play. I enjoyed that despite how fucked up it was. Jesus. Still. Holy shit. But I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit that like button down below, and I'll see you in the next episode of whatever the heck I make. Ciao!